Hello and welcome back. This is part 2 of the unicorn wool tail that I'm making. I can't remember where I left off. I think I said to make a ton of fluff, so I'm just going to recap on what we've done so far. So these are the tails that I have created so far with these wools. This one was in the previous video. This is a really pretty wool, but it's really soft. I actually started brushing it out, and what I found was that by brushing this out, it was actually breaking the strands, so it was getting shorter and shorter. So I actually unraveled the ones, I took it all apart again. I just then took the ones that were getting sort of broken, put this one back together, and I've created this one. So it's literally just the strands put together, and I've just detangled the ends just a little bit as well. So, and I think that's quite nice on its own as a unicorn sort of tail. So there's that one. Then this one I think is really pretty. I might do another one just like this, but even bigger, or maybe even add to this. I'm not sure yet. This is the same wool that I have here, and what I did was I just took forever to untangle every single strand here, so literally just unwinding all of them, and that has created this really lovely soft wool tail, which I think is absolutely gorgeous. It really is like a next step up from this one. But yeah, I might just add to this one because I just think it's so pretty. And I've just tied this around the top for now. It might stay like that, it might not. I haven't decided yet the complete final look. I've got some ribbons as well that I may tie around the top just to cover all of this as well, but I haven't figured it out yet completely. I'm just doing the basics of it. And then of course we've got this one that we'll be looking at tonight, which is the actual spine. Now I left you with how I produced this, what I did, and all I've done with it so far is I've actually brushed out the ends there, and I will show you on one of the fluffs how to do this. It's really easy. But yeah, so I've brushed out the fluff there on the end, and I've just left it. So this evening we're going to make a fluff together, just so you know what it is you're doing, and then we're going to go from there. I do need to get some hair straighteners, so I will pop off in a second to get those. But to make the fluffs, I take this size craft board. It's one of the smallest ones you'll get, and I literally just cut out by measuring one full length of the craft board like this, and I do 9 of these. Let me just move those over there a second. Don't forget you'll need your cat brush as well. Oh yeah, I'm running into some problems with the wool now. I think I've got to a point where I've maybe reached a knot in the middle, so it's getting a bit difficult for me to pull it through. So I'm just gonna be a bit quiet for a second whilst I cut these. Let's put them out of the way. Be careful not to cut your fingers or your nails off. And as I'm measuring it, I'm going to the board, but sometimes I'm just going a little bit over. And in all fairness, it doesn't matter if they're not exactly the same length as the board. You can get away with it because you're going to brush them out. They're not going to stay the same length, so don't worry about it if they're a little bit different in the length. Now I think I've done 8 there. I'll do another one just in case, and I'll count them. So what have we got? We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Brilliant. One more than what I needed. So that'll come in useful for another time. So let's move that over there. So let's pick them up now. We've got 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Right, there we go. Now obviously you can add more if you want to. You can make it an odd number or an even number. You can have as many as you like. I don't know what it is about 9. I just prefer I don't know exactly what it is, but it just seems to work well for the ones I do. But you can make them as thicker or as thin if you want. Just remember that if it's thinner, when you brush it out, you'll be losing a lot of wool, so just keep that in mind. So I twist it around and I just do a knot right in the center. So you're just knotting it through. And then what I do is I just make sure it's right in the middle. So wiggle your fingers out, and I tend to just drop it down and see roughly where it is if it's in the middle. And then when you pull it tighter, just be careful that if you pull it too tight, you can't move it. If you pull it tight enough like this, you can actually move the knot up and down just a fraction. So if it's not dead in the middle, it's fine. So we've done that. Now we're going to get our 2 free ones, and there's a reason for this. This is why this tail does not require sewing. This is the trick. So you get 2, 1 from either side, okay? And then here comes the chory bit. This here, get your cat brush, and then you just tease everything out. Now this is important, I hope you can see this. Don't just stop and drag it all the way through, because it will break the fibres, and that's when things will happen where they'll get shorter and things, and sometimes they can get knotted and all sorts. So just start teasing it at the ends, and I apologise for the noise. If you don't like scratching, there's going to be a lot of that right now. But just start teasing out the ends. I'm sorry if the camera's wobbling. It's on my tripod here. It's on my phone. So here we go. Just tease the ends out and see straight away it's all starting to get fluffy. And it can be quite a lengthy process because, like I said, you don't want to tear them to pieces or anything. And if you have to do one side then the other, that's fine. Whatever works for you. So you might find as well that this starts to happen. I don't know if you can see this. Here we go. So you see how it's coming out with the fluff, but then you've got like this knotted bit. So this is what happens, is it will sometimes break and you end up pulling a lot of the wool out. So this is why they need to be of a decent length, because we'll end up actually pulling all of that out. There we go. So that is actually what we've got in the brush at the minute. If that happens, that's fine. Just keep brushing it. To just bring it together sometimes and do it from a different angle, and then that way you're going to get all of the wool strands much better. And remember, it doesn't have to be super perfect because these are all going to go into a tail. They'll be overlapping each other, so don't worry too much about it. It's going to look just fine when it's all done. Have a little faith, it'll be absolutely fine. So a lot of it's fluffed now. There's just a few little bits here and there, which we're gonna have to just like keep changing the angle that we're doing it until we get it all. So if you want to, even now, you can just pull it apart to one side and just work on these bits like that. The other reason that it might not be working, and this is really simple, is the brush might be so clogged by now, see that? That the bristles might not be getting through. So we're just gonna pull that out, pop it to one side, and see if that helps. Just going to flip it over again. There we go. There we go. So that is one fluff all done. So with the knot as well, literally go right up to as far as the knot as you can without catching the knot with the brush there, but then just tease everything as much as you can. Now, I'm going to need to go get the hair straighteners because it's the one thing I forgot to do. And I would also recommend you getting a bag or something to put these in. Now, these can be really handy. If you're quite a crafty sort of person, you can actually put them in for pillow stuffing and things. Here's all the fluffs that I've made already since I last was on here. And this is all the excess that I've made. Not to mention there's a second jar full of excess. So this is all like the white fluff excess. I mean, there is loads. It is like a cloud in there. And I've just popped the fluffs in the top there that are to be done. Keep this one to one side. I'm going to go get the hair straighteners and I'll be right back. Right, I have the hair straighteners. So let's put that into there. These are just cheap hair straighteners. You can't actually put a temperature to them or anything, it's just they're on or off. This is where the heat mat comes in handy as well, because these are going to get pretty warm, so I'll leave those on there. And this is fine on here as it is. So I'm just going to basically show you the next process of the fluff stage, and then I will put a few of these on as well. I am going to try one of these. Hang on. So many fluffs. I'm going to try one of these because they've got like, I think I showed you last time, they're white, but they've got like this sort of plasticky, glittery stuff through it. So I'm just concerned, I think it's probably going to melt. And I really want to use this in the tail, but I'm just concerned about that. So I'm going to just try this for you guys out there to see if maybe it'll work, maybe it won't, I don't know. But we're going to see how that goes on one of them. So far I've done 20 of the white ones and 20 of the coloured ones. That is not enough. I still have many, many more I need to do yet to fill the whole tail spine. And I don't plan on shortening the spine of the tail either to cheat or anything, because that is the length that I think it's going to be best at. So let me just try and gather up all of these. These look so pretty as well, just in a jar. If you just want something weird and different, just to be in like a vase, just make a load of these. I don't think the camera does it justice because there's so many different colours in here. It's all pastel, it's really pretty. Just get a vase and just shove all them in it and it's really fun. I've even done, there's also this as another option. So I actually put lights in here as well. So again, this is all like fluffs from all these different colours that I've had. And I literally put these fairy lights in it, and that looks really fun. It looks like, I don't know, unicorn clouds or something. But how fun is that? Just so easy to do. And I thought, yeah, that's cool. So there's another use for them. You can make like unicorn clouds. But yeah, that was fun. So there's loads you can do with the excess. Okay, so they're quite warm now. So let's try this one first. So we're just going to quickly run through it real fast. Be careful when you're using these. If you are a child, obviously get a parent to help you with this bit, and then you can carry on afterwards. So I'm just going to pop them through just once. And that's not too bad actually. Okay, I'm going to try it one more time. Just be really, really careful with this. Don't leave it in there too long because you can sort of, it's weird. Sometimes wool can sort of shrivel up and act a bit funny. So just be careful with it. And then I'm just going to give it a quick brush through. And as you can see, it's just flattened it down. It's literally flattened it down. And you can kind of see the colours a little bit better now. Do you see that rainbow effect? So going from, where is it? Going from this big fluffy heap to that, there's quite a difference. You see that? So nice and flat with all the colours. Big puffy mess. So I'll do it on this one now as well. So here we go again, be really careful. Just gently drop it through. Use these two things on the end. This is also really handy to use these two on the end. So you can hold on to those two and just drop it in and just gently pull it through, okay? So your fingers shouldn't be anywhere near the actual tongs. And then always give it a brush through afterwards as well. Get rid of any excess and things. And see, look at that again. You can see all those colours so much nicer, okay? Now this wool is quite matte compared to some of the ones I've had before. And I quite like that. I don't mind a non-shiny tail because I can always add stuff to it. I can add glitters and things. But this one is really nice and you can really see the colours of it now. So let's just try this one with the plasticky bits in because I'm really scared that they might melt. And it's going to be a real problem because I've got 20 of these. So again, just hold it on the ends like that. And just gently run it through. Oh, I'm scared. I'm just going to do the end again. We might be okay. We might be alright. Okay, so I'm going to just brush it through. Okay, nothing came out, so that's not too bad. And these don't look like they melted, so I'm going to chance my luck and just give it one more run through. Okay, that's not too bad. It didn't frazzle or anything, so maybe I've gotten away with it. Maybe we'll be okay. Maybe this will be all right. So again, there's a big difference. And this is kind of shiny. Now the heat's been applied to it, it's actually kind of shiny. So that's quite nice. So that's cool. Right, awesome. So I'm just going to switch these off because, like I said, I'm only going to show you it as I go. I'll leave those on there to cool because I don't need that anymore. But let's get the spine. So let's grab that one off there. Here we are. And you don't need to attach this spine to a chair or anything because this is a really easy bit. So it doesn't look that long, but there's going to be like, when I do that, it doesn't look very long. But when I do this, that's actually a really long tail. So it's going to take me a while still. Let's start with this white one. I hope you can see because it's white on white. So I hope you can see this. Right, so attaching the fluffs to the tail. Really easy. So the reason we did 9 of these is because you get this little extra one on the end. This is to tie it to the tail spine. So we've got this on the bottom here. We are going to just literally pop this just above there. And then with these two here, flip it over. And you literally just tie it on. So just do an ordinary knot. And again, I'm just going to pull it down a bit because it's just a bit too high. But I've literally done it just above the spine base there. There's the knot of the fluff. So I've done one. I'm just going to really tug it. I'm going to do another one. There we go. And now, with your scissors, because you've got all of this here, you're going to trim it off down as far as you need to. And that's it, you're done. So we've just put one on the base and you just keep going from there. So I'm gonna really just pull that up and quickly run this through as well because I didn't do the tip of the tail. I just like made it fuzzy and I didn't actually put the straight irons over it or anything. So I'm gonna do that as well. Whilst they're heating up, I'm gonna do another one. So let's do a colourful one. And this one, obviously this is the one we've put on. So this one is going to go right next to it. And again, just roll it over. Do your knot. Make sure it's in a place that you want it to be on the spine. Give it a tug. Oh. And then do your next knot. There we go. That's on there. And then get your scissors. Chop off the excess. Get rid of that. So straight away you can already see it's already starting to come together, which is really cool. So let me just find the base of that tail. I'm just gonna flatten this one out. And I know how well this wool works because I've used this one before. So this stuff's pretty good. There we go. Just gonna give it a quick brush out. Yeah, lovely. See how different it gets, and it goes super shiny. It's so pretty. So yeah, that is basically how you start putting them all together and how you do the fluffs. So let's do another one. These can be in any pattern that you want. So you can do all white, then all colours, or like, it doesn't matter. My snow leopard one that I did was really difficult, but I literally had a picture of a snow leopard tail, and they kind of have spots and lines and stuff, and I literally just put these on and went by the picture and put like the black spots where I felt like they needed to be. So I didn't actually have too much figured out with it. I just kind of went along with it. So yeah, so have in mind maybe how you want it to go, or you can just do a load of fluffs, all different colours, and just grab the ones you want and just add them on as you need to go. I'm going to do another one on that one actually. And you won't see any of this as well, which is really good. So chop that off, throw it over there. There we go. So we've pretty much just got the tail end all done, and that's looking really cute. It's much nicer than I thought. So definitely we'll be doing another one for here because you can see this happening. So I'm going to do another one where that knot of the fluff goes there and I tie it around. Also, when you're doing this, as you go up, just give it a little brush through, just keep it all together, just maintains it. And there you go. That is how you do the fluffs and how you put them on the spine. So what I'll do is I'll check back in a week or so with this one. This weekend I've got Anthem, so I'll be live streaming Anthem on here, but I will definitely be doing a check-in with you guys on the wool tail. And obviously if you've got any questions, you can leave them in the comments and I will do my best to get back to you. But yeah, I will carry on doing, I think, a couple more of these and see how I get on. And yeah, I will be back in a week or so's time with my progress of my tail. And I think I might even go as far then as to doing like some like ribbons and stuff on the other ones maybe, I don't know. Definitely focus on this one though. So yeah, let me know how you get on, and I will see you in a week or so's time when I should be hopefully at least halfway through this. But yeah, thank you for watching. Remember to subscribe and then you'll get the next part of this, and I will see you then. Bye!